Hello, my name is Leo, and welcome to another reading of the Elder Scrolls. Today, we'll be reading Notes for Redguard History by Destry Melarg. Destry Melarg. Yeah, okay. Now, I do need to just find very quickly. Get down, where is it now? Shit. Where the fuck is it? No, I need this because I know for a fact that there's one bit of this stupid book that's word wrapped. I need to find it. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Hell, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There it is. God damn it. There. Okay. Great. That's for later. Okay. Let's begin the reading. This one's a bit long. Biographical note. Destry Melarg was a well-known historian and translator of Old Redguard verse. Born as simply Destry in the city-state of Redguard, been there, in the 20th year of the Third Era. At the age of 19, he went to the Imperial City to study. There were few Redguards who had been to the Imperial Province at the time, and it may be that he took the last name Melarg in order to assimilate with the Bretons, Nordic, and Dark Elf cultures he encountered there. When he died 94 years later, geez, how old was he then? Well, he was 19 when he got there, and then he died 94 years later. Dude, that's like 123 years old. Jesus. I didn't think red guys live that long. Because they're like normal human types. Anyway, when he died, he left numerous unfinished histories and untranslated verse. Very few of this fragmented work has found its way out of collections. What follows is an unmailed letter to Melarg's publishers in the Imperial City. The insights into a man who put the oral traditions of the Redguards to paper impressed me enough to seek its publication. Melius, it should be noted, was Melius Kane, Melarg's publisher in the Imperial City. Vloon, Redguard's first scholar. Imperial University. Okay, well, we're gonna read the story in a moment. Okay, Melius. Wait, I'm a Redguard, right? I'm not gonna do a Redguard voice. I don't even know. Redguards have normal voices. I'm not doing a freaking urban youth. Yo, B, what up, Melius? No, I'm not doing that. Melius, this is the outline of my final chapter for the series on Hammerfell Heroes. I condensed Dendel's storytelling. I have my notes, but the story gets long with all the quotes. She puts a lot of dialogue in her storytelling. I'm amazed that the old stories about the 5 swords keep cropping up. It's been 1,000 years since Hellion's time, yet people continue to believe in the stories. The wagon master sat with me after listening to her story, and smoked a pipe with me. In discussing the story, he said that his storyteller used to say that one of the 5 swords survived the closing of the Goblin Gate, and is yet hidden here in Hammerfell. It was the least of the 5, but the story has it. The story has it that it exceeds the modern base magical or ebony by several orders of magnitude. Of course, I take this with a grain of salt, since an ebony weapon is unparalleled in its keen cutting ability, and personally, I can't imagine a weapon doing more damage than a claymore of Firestorm or a saber of Lifesteal. Dendel even... Oh, here we go. This is it. Dendel even believes that out in the countryside, outside of Skeven, in one of the halls of the Virtues of War... Where are we? There are still people who follow the old ways and can form a Shellhai or spirit sword. In collecting these stories, I once thought I was seeing a Shellhai being formed, by an old hallmaster, but the thing, if it was a spirit sword, was so faint that even the sword shape was questionable. What was it then? Was it a dildo? Was it a spirit dildo? Anyway, I didn't want to insult the old man, so I claimed my sword too. But if that was a shihai, I can't imagine it possibly being used as a weapon. Here's my outline of the new story. At the time of this story, Hammerfell is fully occupied by Redguards. All the old cities of the dwarves, but one, the ghost city of Dwarfholm, are now the cities of today's modern Hammerfell. A second invasion of the giant goblin comes. The giant goblins comes. It's kind of hard to say. Hammerfell is unprepared except for a few faithful followers, all youths in the rural halls of virtue. Helen, being the only Ensai, rallies the armies of Hammerfell. After a defeat, he brings back the old ways by telling each warrior to read the Book of Circles. The army fights the goblins to a standstill, but things look bleak. Just as in Dividad's song, somehow the goblins keep being resupplied, both with arms and troops. Eventually, the army of Hammerfell will lose. The old master of Hallen's Hall of the Virtues of War has an ancient copy of Divad's will and testament, and reads it to Hallen. It tells him that the 5 swords aren't lost, just hidden and well guarded in 5 caves. Each cave is a home to a Master Guardian, one of the old blind Ensai, and also a maze. Okay. According to the will, Derek must, along with a virtuous companion of pure heart, enter the cave, defeat each Ensai master, and retrieve their sword. Dendel went into great detail here. It seems that each master had an outstanding trait. One, Catrice, possessed feline grace and had become very cat-like. Cat girl. Another, who had icy calm, was something much like an ice golem. On each blade is inscribed part of an intricate message on how to use the power of the swords combined. Derek scours the rural halls for the brothers of the blade and maidens of the spirit sword to accompany him in the quests. Yes. He finally, one by one, finds his companions and wins each swords. They learn from the blades and together wield the force of the 5 swords to seal the rent in space-time that the goblins had made, and from which springs their invasion. This is starting to remind me of like the first 2 games of Warcraft. Hallen's companions avoided binding by the magic swords by hurling the swords together into the void and sealing forever the giant goblins in the void between their world and ours. The land is saved, and Hallen and his companions, 3 women and 2 men, become Ensai and restore the teachings of Frandal Hundring to Hammerfall. That's the story in brief. I welcome any comments from you or one of the other editors. One other concern, is this the end? Yeah. One other concern of mine. I understand that you are considering using a better known writer, Uthlia Aubluk or Kasmia Kristrom, to write the stories I've researched. I can understand that a better known writer may mean that a few more copies of the books will be sold, but should not be your only concern. Aubluk and Kristrom, while fine writers and poets, will need to be lectured on the true history of the Redguards. Even if you are willing to pay me to do that, you will have to acknowledge that the books will take longer to write than if you just allowed me to do it. Just something to consider when you make the decision. I hope this letter finds your consort and children to good health and humor. Yours faithfully, Destrag Malak. He was never heard of again. Well, no, the letter. So someone stole the letter? Because it says Yada 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 yada. Where does it say that? Here. What follows is an unmailed letter to the so the letter was never mailed. So maybe he did die. Yeah, it's kind of sad. So is this a real thing? Like I was thinking about that the book we read yesterday about the broken diamond tradition, and maybe there is a castle. The Glen Point and what was the name of the other place? Grambria Moors. They are both provinces of God, not Daggerfall. What's the name of the High Rock? They're both provinces of High Rock, just north of Daggerfall. And I wonder if there is actually a diamond. It might, not a diamond, a dungeon. It might actually have something to do with the main story, where we have to go there and put some spirit to rest or something like that. Right some evil wrong that happened to there. And the same with this. What they said that. Where did it say that? Yada 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 yada. Something about there's a book. One of the swords survived the closing of the Goblin Gate. It is yet hidden here in Hammerfell, and there is a portion of Hammerfell in this game. Not in Redguard though. Redguard's like south Hammerfell, but it was the least of the five. But the story has it that it exceeds. So it says that it's like more powerful than a normal blade. Sure, of course. Yada 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 yada. Okay, right. Let me read that bit that was word wrapped again. Dendel even believes that out in the countryside, outside of Scaven, is one of the halls of the virtues of war. They are still people who follow the old ways and but that's not related to the sword. No, it's not. But where's Scaven? I have no idea. I'll have to look it up. Maybe, I wonder if those are real things. I wonder. You can always look at the wiki. I don't want to spoil anything, but you can always look at the wiki to see if there's... It could be like an artifact. There are artifacts in this game, right? I know there are Daedric artifacts. I don't know if they're just regular artifacts. I'm sure there are. There were in the first game, but we'll look that up. Anyway, that was Notes for Redguard History by Destry Melag. When we come back, we will probably be reading another book, because I'm currently in the ocean. And there's a pretty good chance that I'm like northeast of Sentinel now. So I'm just going southwest from the water. So we'll probably arrive there. We probably won't arrive there tomorrow. Judging by how it's taken us 2 days to get here. But we should arrive there hopefully on Thursday, maybe Wednesday. Who knows? But for now, my name is Leo, and I will see you next time.